First, some customers of the Fund Gold Coast Fund Management have cautioned government they will embark on a mammoth demonstration should their investments remain locked up. Now, these customers have been speaking to Joy Business in this report.
It has come to light that the collapse of Gold Coast Fund Management was deliberately engineered by Honorable Ken Ofori-Atta, the Finance Minister of Ghana, and Reverend Obama Tete, SEC boss, with the support of the executive arm of government, that is Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo, our president. This is because Ken Ofori-Atta and Reverend Obama Tete, who are major shareholders of DataBank, withdrew all investments belonging to DataBank with GCFM, that Gold Coast Fund Management, in March 2018, prior to the issuing of the directive in May 2018, which led to the collapse of GCFM and the other fund management companies. That is the space between just 2 months, 2-month intervals. I want to explain this point. Ken Ofori-Atta, the Finance Minister, and Reverend Obama Tete had investment with Gold Coast Fund Management, as we do. But because they sat down and planned the collapse of GCFM, that Gold Coast Fund Management, they quickly went behind the door, withdrew all their investment they've had for over 10 years with Gold Coast Fund Management. Over 10 years. They've been doing business with Gold Coast Fund Management for over 10 years. They went behind the door, withdrew all these investments in March 2018. And just 2 months after, May 2018, they issued directive that collapsed the business. If they knew that their directive was positive, why didn't they keep their investment there? We are therefore making the following demands on the government of Ghana. We made a demand that the president should guarantee us, I mean we, the Gold Coast Fund Management and other fund management companies who are into this mess, the government should guarantee us full payments. Yes. Full payments. Yes. Full payment is plus interest.
Now, the Chinese ambassador to Ghana, Shi Ting-wan, has expressed confidence in his country's ability to withstand pressures brought about as a result of the coronavirus epidemic. Many airlines have cancelled flights into China. International stock markets continue to be impacted, and crude oil prices have witnessed a crash as a result of the fast spread of the deadly virus globally. But speaking with Joy Business, Mr. Ting-wan stressed that the Chinese economy will continue to move steadily, but admitted the epidemic could lead to some volatility in the global financial markets in the short term.
I'm confident that the Chinese economy will continue to steadily move in a positive direction. Such a general trend will not change because of a preventable and controllable epidemic. The internal dynamism, strong resilience, and huge market potential offered by 1.4 billion people will not go subdued. The epidemic might lead to short-term fluctuations in the financial market, yet quite a number of experts wrote recently in the Financial Times and other media that neither SARS nor Ebola caused a long-term reversal in market trends. I don't think we need to be overly worried. You know, you have experienced Ebola about 4 or 5 years ago in West Africa. And even, you know, that Ebola epidemic has not caused any, that much. So we are confident that this time we don't have to worry, overly worried. China will finish building a moderately prosperous society in all respects by the end of this year. We will continue press ahead with reform and opening up, we are very confident about our economy.
Well, the Chinese ambassador also outlined some latest measures put in place at the embassy in Accra for prospective travelers to China.
Considering the situation of the epidemic, we are taking the following measures. One, applicants of the visa, if they have the symptoms similar to those of influenza or having been to Wuhan recently, are kindly required to postpone application and go to seek medical treatment. To avoid delay or wrong treatment, the sick applicants should tell the doctor the true information of infections and illness. This is referring the people who have the travel record to Wuhan before. And this refers to applicants who having the symptoms similar to those of epidemic influenza, not for the normal people. The consular and the visa office of the Chinese embassy in Ghana will take temperature of all applicants at the entrance from the 29th of January. I think it's starting from last week. Applicants with temperature of 37.3 degrees or above are kindly required not to enter the office. This is, I think, is the same as the requirement in your airport. The office will still sterilize its hall every day and provide applicants with hand sanitizer. All applicants are advised to rub their hands with sanitizer before making application. So that is the measures we have been taken in the visa office. The visa office is open and is functioning as usual right now.
Well, some pointers for you just in case you plan traveling to China anytime soon. Also in the news tonight, rice millers will soon be registered to ensure the proper grading of rice as the nation looks to begin export of excess rice produce. This, according to the chief executive of the National Food and Buffer Stock Company, is part of efforts by the recently set up Committee on Rice. The committee seeks to work on enhancing the production and marketing of rice as government looks to end the importation of the commodity. Here's Abdul Hanan Wahab, who is Chief Executive Officer of NAPCO.
A month after the Technical Committee on Rice was set up, the CEO of the National Food Buffer Stock Company has revealed one of the measures to be implemented is the registration of rice millers to ensure proper grading.
When we are self-sufficient in the Ghana rice, we'll be doing a formal export of our reserves also to our neighboring countries. Today, mills that have no grading component are getting some assistance to upgrade their mills so that they can do a proper grading, because we have also identified the grading as a challenge. Because somebody will say Ghana rice is a Ghana rice, but we must have a standard, and we have to bring, no matter how smaller the mill is, we have to bring all of them on board and register them so that they will all subscribe to our grading system and quality that we are prescribing for them.
Mr. Wahab added that as part of financing the value chain, some commercial banks were being engaged to provide funding to various stakeholders to enhance the production and effective marketing of rice.
The people who are bringing in the foreign rice have now subscribed to work with the local millers and get their rice here. But of course, through government support, and Buffer Stock is playing a very important role in making sure that we can aggregate the best of rice and do a proper grading system. And now the financial institutions are now trying to find a model on how they can financing, because already, even with the importers, they still go to them for LCs. So the financial institutions are still very comfortable with them because they have a history with them. And we are using the importers and the financial institutions to finance the whole chain of the rice marketing in Ghana.
Efforts to boost the production and marketing of local rice is all part of government's plans to end the importation of rice by 2023. For Joy Business, Sheila Tamaklo reporting.
Now, Governor of the Bank of Ghana has indicated that the planned introduction of the ECO this year may not come on as expected. According to the Bank of Ghana Governor Dr. Ernest Addison, the preconditions for its introduction is still not in place. George Affe has more on this and other issues covering the economy.
Answering questions from journalists, Governor of the Bank of Ghana, Dr. Ernest Addison, said everything that should aid the issuance of the currency is not in place.
We have said that we still have many unresolved issues regarding reaching the final destination for a common currency. As you know, the ECOWAS as a region had a program to adopt a common currency which was called the ECO, and the plan for that ECO was to have a common central bank, unitary common central bank with a flexible exchange rate arrangement. And then we had the Côte d'Ivoire announcing that they are renaming the CFA as an ECO. So this meeting was called in Abuja to discuss it, and the delegates were not too happy with the fact that the Francophone zone had unilaterally taken the decision to rename the CFA as an ECO, because the ECO is not safer. The ECO is not supposed to be a fixed exchange currency. And those were the sentiments that were expressed at that particular meeting.
The Ghana cedi has witnessed record appreciation for the first month of this year. But how's the Bank of Ghana planning to sustain this throughout the year? Let's hear from the Governor of the Bank of Ghana, Dr. Ernest Addison.
The Ghana cedi depreciated by 12.9% against the US dollar in 2019, compared with 8.4% depreciation in 2018. Against the British pound and the euro, the Ghana cedi cumulatively depreciated by 15.7% and 11.2% respectively, compared with 3.3% and 3.9% over the same period in 2018.
Governor of the Bank of Ghana also announced that since the receiver for the defunct bank started working, they've been able to recover 1.4 billion Ghana cedis out of the targeted 16 billion Ghana cedis.
We can now bring you one of our top stories tonight. More than 100 vehicles belonging to collapsed savings and loans and microfinance companies have been displayed for auction in Accra, with many questioning the process by the auctioneers. Earlier, there were several concerns raised by the participants, including prices of the cars and the methodology used. Now, spokesperson for the receiver, Philomena Kuzo, however, tells Joy Business they are impressed with the process because most of the concerns were addressed.
About 160 vehicles available for sale through auction. Only 38 vehicles were sold successfully by the close of the first day. This is because the process adopted by the auctioneers has been criticized by many of the participants. Here's a bidder whose hope of getting a car was dashed.
They are doing over there. It seems like some of them are being planted to, bid for the prices. And even if you come, you are interested in it. Most of them are gone.
How do you want the process to go?
I want the process to go in a certain when you come to auction of cars, you have to let the people bid their price. You don't have to give out price because you have value your price, and that price you don't have to send that price out there. But what you have to do there, you have to let them also come out with their prices. If it is okay, then that is all. But if it's not okay, what they are doing, it seems that the people have bought the cars already. They are making fun of us. Yeah.
So far, have you been able to get at least the ones that you are interested in? Have you been able to buy one?
No.
Responding to the concern, spokesperson for the receiver, Philomena Kuzoy, said the process will improve moving forward since most of the concerns raised have been addressed.
So far, so good. I think initially people were not too comfortable with just putting their card there and asking them to give offer. But then when we showed them the reserved price, that is the valued price, and then they pick it up from there, I think it is better now.
She has also been explaining how the auctioneers were selected.
Radio adverts also on 3 occasions, just for the general public to be aware that we are going to be auctioning the vehicles of these defunct microfinance institutions and savings and loans institutions. So we have auctioneers submitting their proposals, and we did evaluation, and after the evaluation we selected the 3 that you are seeing up there who are carrying out the auctioning process.
The process is expected to end on Friday, after which the receiver of the 347 savings and loans and microfinance companies will announce the next date for payments to customers of the defunct firms. Ebenezer Sabte's report for Joy Business.
Well, meanwhile, some prospective buyers have described the auctioneering process as a sham. The auction of these vehicles, according to the receiver, will be used to pay back locked-up funds of affected customers. Charles Aite has been interacting with some of these disgruntled buyers.
It has been a day of disappointment for several prospective buyers in today's auctioning of several vehicles by the receiver of some 342 savings and loans companies that got defunct over the past few months. We're here with the board to get to find out from them whether or not they trust the entire process and whether or not they feel the bids are too high. I saw you take no for the question, do you trust the process? Yeah. Why don't you trust the process?
Because looking at the prices of the cars and then the way they are doing the bidding, I don't trust the process. They already have their prices listed down, not the prices of the people who are coming to do the bidding. So I don't trust the process. Yeah.
And what about the bidding? Is it too high for you? You indicated yes here.
Yeah, I indicated yes here because the prices of the biddings are too high.
So you claim that the entire process cannot be trusted. Why?
Why? Because the price. Let me tell you something. I've stayed for Europe in Germany. In Germany, they used to call the price. The auctioneers call the price, and when they call the price, and they will beat it down. But this they call the price high, and then the audience have to call the price up again, and this is not proper. Look at I was looking for this Hyundai i10 2016, and there was one on the screen. They were calling 180. Now it has reached 240. This is not normal. Yeah.
So do you also feel the bids are too high?
It's too high, triple high.
So you couldn't buy yourself anything?
No, I just want to go and make my kaya.
Why don't you trust the process?
The process, I can't trust it because looking at how they are going about it, the audience had to question the auctioneers to bring the values of the vehicles before they later brought it on an Excel. Even the prices on the Excel that they brought, some of us took pictures of it. And the i10 they sold for 24,000. On the sheet, it was 9,559.
You're watching Business Live. We are taking a short break. When we come back, we'll tell you about the 5th edition of the Cosmos Innovation Center Agritech Challenge, which has kicked off right after the break. Welcome back. The 5th edition of the Cosmos Innovation Center Agritech Challenge has kicked off with participants taking their first lessons in discipline and endurance. This took place at the Shire Hills Army Recruit Training School for over a week. Joy Business's Karen Dodu was with them and brings you excerpts of her experience.
The 125 recruits under the Cosmos Innovation Center Agritech Challenge were aware that their trip to the Army Recruit Training School at Shire Hills in the Greater Accra region will, among other things, instill some discipline and perseverance as well as how to cope with various teams. Upon arrival, they were divided into 3 platoons or groups to help them in the physical and mental exercises. Although these young men and women were familiar with the term hard train and easy battle, they were faced with the reality as they appreciated the stress associated with such exercises. The participants also got the chance to take part in some internal team building activities. Training sessions covering the art of war and leadership gave them the understanding on how the military can be effective for personal development and business growth. Lieutenant Colonel Lawrence Deku of the Army Recruits Training School explains how the recruits can incorporate the training in their businesses.
These things are taught in renowned universities. For example, Harvard Business School teaches Sun Tzu's art of war, because most of the principles that were alluded to by Sun Tzu as far back as 2,000 years are still applicable to businesses today. In whatever venture they want to do, they should be disciplined. They should learn the ethical way of doing business. The ethical way or the right way of doing things will always stand the test of time.
Although it may be early days, some participants say they have not regretted their decision to join the competition.
Now, more than 150 women are operating in the informal sector, being trained on modern ways of doing business to enhance their productivity and business prospects. The move is an initiative of local financial institution Snapiaba Savings and Loans Limited. It is a maiden training program which targets clients of financial institutions who have gone through challenging times, especially during the financial sector cleanup. Transformation Manager Phyllis Desbordes tells Joy Business or Love Business this initiative will empower women in business. Prince Apia was at the launch of the program in Kumasi and has more in this report.
Snapiaba Mentorship Program looks at empowering SMEs, especially women, through capacity building to enhance their business expertise. Transformation Manager Mrs. Phyllis DeBoer says the move is critical because over 80% of the company's clients are women, especially those in the informal sector.
So we are using a peer-to-peer methodology where we are using the very established business entrepreneurs to empower those up-and-coming ones to also grow and expand. And our main aim is for them to employ more people. The mentors are Snapiaba clients who are well established, the businesses that are well established, and the mentees are those up-and-coming ones that want to help them grow and expand their business. So our aim is to create a hub of women that we'll use to train other women. So now for the mentors that are going to train the mentees, we are looking at the mentees now becoming mentors to train others, both trade, fashion, manufacturing, and all the other sectors. So it cuts across. We are not just concentrating on one main activity.
And that's Business Live tonight. Thanks for watching. More news on our website, myjoyonline.com/business. My name is Daryl Powell. Thanks for watching.